We're breaking down another dance practice today, and this time it's the aespa's drama. This dance is heavily focused on stage presence and character. They play around with a lot of visuals with their arms and heaviness with the chorus. So let's go and break this one down. If you guys haven't followed my Twitch, ladiesman5678, go ahead and follow it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's go and roll it, baby. I like this intro part because we get visual effects already. Literally right off the bat, when we start from the beginning, we'll have the girls in the back doing poses, and then we'll go and get this nice effect right here. And you guys can tell that they're using a lot of arms and wrists to give us bigger pictures with their staging. They go, more arms, hands, and wrists. Especially this part where I think they say alala like. They're matching the way that they're singing in the way that they're using their arms and wrists. They're gonna go and repeat it. And then change it up right here. Again, right here when I pause it when Karina's center, you'll see that all of them are pretty much using their wrists in a way where it's like angled, kind of like this, right? Or like this. A lot of it shows that the staging wants us to see like a bigger visual picture rather than just the choreo itself. And I love the utilization of the backup dancers in the intro part. Love how they play around with effects and staging here, even though it's just the four of them. Love that. Okay, right before we get into the chorus, what I meant by that is when the backup dancers leave, they'll still play around with a little bit of effects and staging, even though it's just the four of them. So right here, the effects when Ning Ning is center. They're gonna have a formation change so that it's Winter doing the choreo. And they're gonna go back and bring the backup dancers in for the chorus. And again, this is heavily with the arms and the hips. And you'll see that there's heaviness in the arms and as well as the footwork. You can see them doing like this little shaking moment. And this walk right here with the arm work. Again, a lot of hips and a lot of character. Great utilization again with the backup dancers to give the choreo more of a bigger effect. Love this walk right here when they go back. Okay, so we're gonna go over that essentially kind of like that entire chorus section. So the very first part where it goes amma. So I think with Karina, because she's doing the original choreo just by herself, a lot of dance teams use this where when there's one person in center doing the original choreo, they're essentially gonna have the rest of the dancers kind of help make that choreo look bigger by doing something a little bit different that kind of helps you visualize the effect when you're far away. So especially if you're watching like a big dance group, it really helps to go ahead and do like really big effects so that you can see the choreo, especially when you're sitting really far away from the actual group itself. With the actual chorus where they're doing the hands and spinning like this, there's a lot of heaviness with their footwork and it's much grounded rather than being like floaty, if that makes sense. They're just gonna go and match the textures with when they're singing drama ma ma ma, and then when I think all of them do this, they do a little bit of shaking effect right here with their arms to tell us like this is heavy, this is something that we want to show that is strong. And then when they get to this part right here with the hands, a lot of it is performance based, a lot of it is facials, right? And especially with the walk, you have to really get into character and as well as increase the stage presence when you get there. And also a lot of hips are involved to really show like, this is us, this is who we are, this is aespa. And then you'll have the backup dancers for doing some formation changes and kind of doing a little bit of different choreo to help aespa stand out a little bit more. This walk part is you want to have a lot of stage presence. I think specifically this part too, where they kind of roll their head back, they slow it down to really fill in that movement. We're gonna have Giselle pretty much start us off. And again, we're gonna have like a little bit of a common thing that a lot of dance groups do is you'll see that Winter is doing something on, I want to say stage right, but for us, it's the left-hand side. So this is very common where we'll have center kind of go off center somewhere else to kind of lead us into our eyes to that part of the stage. So you're going to watch them do choreo and do effects, while the rest of the dancers will kind of set up somewhere else on stage, but you don't really notice it because you're so focused on Winter. Yeah, so you'll have Giselle do the choreo with the other backup dancers, and Ning Ning is set up with Karina. Nice walk there. So with Ning Ning's part, it's actually very important that with this type of footwork, it's actually really easy to use a formation change. So you'll see that some dancers will expand out using Ning Ning's part. You'll see those two dancers that kind of like went out of those windows. Again, I love the utilization of the backup dancers to make aespa stand out by having their own accent for you. Love that. And again, we're gonna go back into the chorus with Winter being center. Again, if you guys didn't notice that bounce that I'm talking about when they go down, you'll see that they do a little bit of a bounce effect to show us that, again, that this move is heavy when you get there. And you can tell this is heavily based on character and stage presence. Nice effect there to go and reveal Ning Ning. I really like that section as well. Good ripple effect to go and match the high note, I believe so. So if we go back, let's just go back all the way to the reveal. I think the staging is really, really clever with this one. There's that ripple effect with the high note, if you guys didn't already pick that up. Almost another roll-off effect there too to kind of expand the dancers. Another ripple effect. Let's go, baby. My favorite part is right here. So the reason why I say that's my favorite part in particular is because there's a lot of patience that you actually have to have in order to fill out that entire section where they kind of just literally expanding their arms, and you really kind of have to wait on the timing to do the next moves. And they didn't want to do the chorus again, so they switch it up by doing this like really slow movement. Everybody, like basically everybody doing it, and to give us more of, again, character-based movement, and as well more of just conversational kind of thing. It was really cool to see all the dancers doing it, including aespa, just to show us like, this is us, this is aespa. So I really like that. And again, it has a lot to do with patience, because you can't just rush into the next move, otherwise you'll notice if you're off timing. Yeah, I love that they use their backup dancers a lot in this staging. Love that section right there where they're using the backup dancers to expand that circle, while aespa is going to do this move where with kind of like you have cash in your hands. That's what I like to call it. Again, that's a lot of stage presence and character right there. Yeah, this is not a lot of choreo. They're playing around with a lot of formation changes and visual effects. Love the walk. aespa really did it with this one. I love it. So this is my first time actually breaking down a dance practice of theirs, and I truly enjoyed the song, and as well as covering the dance. If you guys didn't know, I covered it. But I like how they utilized their backup dancers a lot to help them create effects and just to have more dancers synchronized as well. And with aespa, you know, obviously being center all the time, I love how they were really into character and really had that stage presence that was really needed, especially when you're watching aespa from far away. So with this type of dance, it wasn't necessarily the most complicated in terms of choreo and or staging, but a lot of it had to do with stage presence and character, which is really important with a song like this. And I love how this song, including the music video, really brought out the character in them, and they really did this concept really well. In my opinion, really well. Again, I just used really a bunch of times. I don't know how that happened, but if y'all like aespa, y'all love aespa actually, go ahead and subscribe. I'm gonna go ahead and break down some of their other dance practices very soon. Peace.